What's up everyone, John from ARTV. It's time for a review of the 5th studio album by post-hardcore, melodic hardcore, hardcore punk group Stick to Your Guns, and the new record is called Disobedient. It's the first full-length I've ever heard from these guys, and I gotta say I'm somewhat impressed after going into this with mediocre at best expectations. A lot of you guys were suggesting this group to me, saying, John, there's a lot of good material here, they stand out from the pack, and they've got this thing where they're like, yeah, we're constantly getting better, every album that we put out is better than the last, and while I've never heard any of their other full-lengths, yet at least, I'm definitely going to go back and hear some of them, I gotta say that this is definitely a solid start as an introduction for me to Stick to Your Guns. All throughout this thing, there's definitely a lot of those hardcore punk-leaning influences, and they've definitely got some guests on this record that have a lot of street cred in the punk music scene. They've got the likes of Walter Delgado, Toby Morse, and of course, Scott Vogel on this record, and that's really interesting. It's cool that they got all of those bands that aren't exactly huge, the likes of like Terror and some other groups. They're not huge by any means. They've had a consistent following throughout the years, and they've been around for a long time, H2O especially. Lyrically, this record is very political in nature, and a lot of times I have trouble taking that kind of thing seriously, especially if they seem like they're taking themselves too seriously, but they come across pretty genuine the majority of the time, and that's why I'm getting into these tracks. Tracks like The Crown come from a really earnest perspective, I feel like, and just show that they aren't just singing for the hell of it. They're not rising up against something because that's what they think they should do and that's what they think they have to do as a hardcore band. There definitely are some more standard tracks that have your formulaic breakdowns on them, and not to say that I find them totally unenjoyable, but tracks like The War Inside and the single Nobody have those breakdowns that just feel like kind of cringeworthy almost. Especially on the single Nobody, it's hard for me to listen to that breakdown because I enjoy that song a lot, even though it feels like it reminds me of something else, especially the chorus of that track doesn't feel extremely original. In fact, this record as a whole reminds me of a band that draws influences from them, and that would be Beartooth. But in the breakdown of Nobody, he kind of does the thing where he goes, ugh, and then the breakdown starts playing, and it's just like, really? That seems like something of Mice and Men would do. Starts off with this really solid and brooding opening track, It Starts With Me, kind of channeling all of the feelings, all of the tension and aggression that they're feeling towards whatever political members, whatever in society they feel like isn't working and is going the wrong way, is corrupt, and it just carries over into that next track, What Choice Did You Give Us? And that one is just unleashing full throttle with guitars, bass, drums, and I think that's one of the best songs on the album. The high intensity and energy of that track definitely carries into Nobody and even RMA, the track that follows after that, and that's the one that features Toby Morse. The band definitely shows that they have other sides to them though, the track The Crown, like I mentioned, being one of my favorites just because it feels like it's a little bit more vulnerable and a little bit more personal, as well as the track Left You Behind, which closes out the standard edition of this record, is another one of my favorites. It looks like Left You Behind, from what I've gathered, is one of the slowest songs they've ever recorded to date. It's nice to see that these guys that present themselves as just this kind of in-your-face, kicking ass, taking names, storming the castle for the rights of the people type band do have this softer spot in them, and that they can present that not as a weakness to us necessarily, it's just something that brings them down to earth and makes them human. I love the guitar on the track. It seems so melancholy, along with the vocal performance that he gives. It's just a little bit chilling, honestly, just to see that they can mix it up that much and pull it off and still have it be a powerhouse of a tune. But if you are looking for those hard-hitting tracks, they're definitely here on this record, To Whom It May Concern, RMA, Nobody, obviously, a very good solid single that might have a few problems, but still, I feel like the majority of the people that like this band and have liked them over the years and are into more hardcore music are definitely going to enjoy it. And even I Choose Nothing. Those are just some of my favorites. If you're looking for the softer side of things and the more introspective, check out tracks like The Crown, like I mentioned, and of course Left You Behind. Overall, I'm enjoying the album a lot more than I thought I would. I didn't really know what to expect going into it, but I definitely had a few recommendations for it. Wanted to get out a review for you guys, even though I'm having a very busy month, so bear with me. I might not get out as many reviews as I normally do, very busy with my other job, and I'm having some back trouble right now, unfortunately having to go to the chiropractor, that sort of thing. No more personal information from me. 3.5 out of 5 for the new Stick to Your Guns album, Disobedient. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Make sure to hit the like button if you did. Show the support for the channel by subscribing if you like my content. and I appreciate you watching. Let me know any other reviews you would like to see me do in the comments section down below. And of course, if you'd like to support the channel, help the videos keep coming with a donation, it's that top link in the description down below. All of my social media links are down there as well. You can click directly below me, those annotations floating there for either my vlog channel or for the last review that I did right here on this channel. Like I said, thanks for watching, and I will see you very soon right here on ARTV.